It is less than 24 hours until the new season, Operation New Blood, is released, and there are a lot of hidden changes coming into the game, and some of them you definitely need to know about, like the fact that shields have been nerfed. And night maps are coming back with this season. So here is just a quick summary of all of the changes that I think are important to know. Shields are being nerfed tomorrow. As you can see, the ADS time on the new season on the left is a lot slower than the current season. I could ADS a lot more times on the current season in the same space of time compared to the new season. Operation New Blood also sees the return of night maps. Stadium Alpha or Stadium 2020 is now back in the map pool for both standard and quick match. This map is coming as a night map, and it's honestly really cool as you have all of the bright lights on the outside and the inside is actually pretty dark. People have been asking for night maps back for a long time, and I'm really glad that we finally have one. And although it's not a night map of how they were when they first came out, if they ever came back to the game, people would no end but complain about them as they were problematic. Stadium Alpha feels like a really nice, refreshing night map to come into the game, and you can also make it darker by bringing Thatcher. If you use an EMP in a hallway, it will turn off all of the lights and actually make it very dark. Could Thatcher bring a new strategical advantage on Stadium Alpha? We shall see. There are multiple updates coming with the rappel system in Operation New Blood, one being that you can now pick up your drone whilst on rappel. This is a great quality of life change, and I'm genuinely very glad that it's finally in the game, as it's something that I've wanted for a long time. As sometimes I may misthrow a drone and then I have to rappel off of the roof, back down, grab my drone, go back up, and that takes about 20 seconds, so this is a great change coming. Another big quality of life change coming in the new season is that you can now sprint and rappel from a lot further away. So here in one swift movement, I sprint towards the rappel, hold the button to rappel, and then I go onto the rappel. Whereas if you try to do that in the current build and it was a surface that you could run off of, you would fall to your death. Being able to navigate around the map quicker is always a nice change, so I am here for it, and all these changes combined is very good for the new season. There is quite a big change on Skyscraper, even though it might seem minor, but this dragon now has a rim around it so you cannot hold pixel peaks onto the window or anybody pushing from terrace. This change is important to know about as some people's strats heavily evolve around holding these pixel angles underneath the dragon to stop people from pushing into sight. I am personally not against this change, as pushing dragon from terrace used to be quite annoying for this exact reason, and it was hard to contest as you always had somebody playing in the room behind a person in dragon. I am all for having pixel-esque kind of angles, but so long as they can be contested, and this one was virtually impossible to contest if you were facing head on, the person behind the dragon would get their attacker every single time. Another huge change coming in Operation New Blood is that barbed wire will now do damage. It does 5 damage a tick, so if you slow walk through it, you will take 10 damage per piece of barbed wire. If you sprint through it as a 3 speed, you should only take 5. This is actually a really significant change, as some people right now don't destroy barbed wire and instead will shuffle through it to do a silent rush, but this is now physically impossible because not only do you take damage, your character literally screams as they push through that barbed wire, which means a silent push through barbed wire is now no longer possible. If you stack the barbed wire, you do not take double the damage, so definitely don't stack barbed wire as it will just be a waste. Ah! Ah! Another quality of life change coming in the new season is that now when you get flashed, it can go to black instead of white. It does seem like the black flash clears like a millisecond quicker than the white one. To turn this setting on, if you'd like it to flash black instead of white, if you go into your settings, go into the accessibility, and then just go to the stun visual effects, you can have white glare or dark glare. I personally could not get used to the dark glare because it's so different. There have finally been some significant updates with Easter eggs coming in the new season and on the test server. So there used to be some poker chips underneath this bear on Emerald Plains, and they're currently there in the live build. However, they have been replaced with a pair of shoes in the test server. There is a huge story behind these shoes, but this Easter egg was quite literally put into the game to troll me specifically. But I have another video coming about this and my conspiracy later to come. The poker chips themselves have now moved onto Canal, or at least they had, and I found them on the test server, but as soon as I tweeted about finding them, they have changed again. They first changed to like a cocktail-esque drink, and then when I found that, they've now changed to some cigarettes. I am yet to find the poker chips' new location.